Okay, I'm gonna go over relays real quick. So an automotive relay is basically a switch, and you would use a relay in a case where you have something that runs a lot of amperage that you want to run off of a switch, like a fan, a light bar, something like that that pulls some power, and your light bar is closer to your battery. You can run heavier wire and keep your run shorter with a relay, and then with your switch in the dash, you can basically trip the trigger wire on the relay, which completes the circuit and allows that higher current to run through some heavier wire with a shorter run to whatever it is you need. So you can set these relays up to either trigger off of power or trigger off of ground. So for demonstration, let's say this is your light bar, this is your fan, this is what you want to power. I got it on the negative side of the battery, I touch it to the positive side, the light comes on, I complete the circuit, right? DC current, direct current. So how does the relay work? Okay, so they come with instructions and set it out for you. It's actually really simple. We'll do this one off of power. So first thing you want to do is ground your relay, and this is just going to the negative side of the battery. You can ground this a lot of times to your frame, to a big chunk of metal, something or another, but you make sure you got a good ground, that's key, okay? So the blue wire on this relay, this is your positive feed coming in. This should be fused, come out of your fuse box. This would be your heavy amp wire. This is the source of your power. So I'm just gonna hook this up to the positive side of the battery, okay? So now we have power coming in and now we have ground. What's it gonna take to complete the circuit? This is the trigger wire right here is what I call it. So this wire requires 12 volts of power to trip this relay, close the circuit, or close the switch, complete the circuit, and we're on and gone. So I don't know if the camera or the phone will pick this up, but when I touch it, I don't know if you can hear that clicking, but it actually does click, physically move a switch in there and complete the circuit. So where's that power gonna go? Out to this wire, which is your load or your two light accessory as they word it here. This 87A red wire here, I didn't use on my other one and I don't need it. So I don't know if it's an auxiliary switch or what. Okay, so that's gonna go to our light. Here's our light to the yellow, okay? Nothing happening. So let's say this wire runs into your dash to your switch on your dash, and when you flip your switch, boom, you put 12 volts to it, your light turns on, right? Shut your switch off, light shuts off. Put your switch on, light comes on. So instead of that current running through all that stuff in your dash, this can be close to your battery and your light bar can function. So let's say you want to run this off of ground. I have a case going on right now with a fan in my truck that I'm LS swapping here, and it provides ground off the fuse box. So I need ground to trigger my relay. So all I'm gonna do there is I just took my positive feed coming in, and I have a 30 amp fuse on mine. This is my power coming into my relay. This is my trigger wire. I'm putting them together, okay? I'm gonna disconnect my ground, start all over. Power coming in, trigger wire together. Apply 12 volts. And out the other side, we got nothing. Why? Because the ground's open. So my computer inside the truck is actually gonna tell the fan when to come on at a certain temperature. It completes that ground circuit. Bam, my fan comes on. So you can do this with either power or ground. You just need to break one side of it. It's DC current. And you see I'm holding these two wires and I'm not dying. It's DC current, low voltage. Amperage kills you, but it only takes 1 milliamp to kill you, so. Anyway, that's your basic rundown on relays and how to switch them off power or ground.